Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football. So are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
We got heavy. Everybody scoot up.
They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd down and long.
Hey, 158. Jump out.
58, boys, 58. 58, Mike.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. It's caught. Jones. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there, coming out of the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective 3rd down play to move the chains. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go,
defense. Here we go.
Now Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage.
319.
Tighten down. There you go.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
The 22 is the line to gain here on third down.
Watch tight end.
Throwing is Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the rookie from Boise State, Alexander Madison. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. The throw left side complete to Treadwell. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. Cousins able to connect with Treadwell for a Minnesota 1st.
What are you?
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. To the air again, it's Cousins. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
A gain of 22 yards.
How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Now Cousins. Flushed out right. And this one's incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And he comes back with one complete. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on fourth. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. C.J. Ham, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive it.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Rodgers now on 1st down. Now the ball comes loose, and the Vikings pick up the football. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching him.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Bailey got the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen. Pass. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Hey, exit.
Here's Rodgers throwing again. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. On first and 10, here's Rodgers. It's caught outright by Graham. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards there, just like last play.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey,
Rodgers going to throw again. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Now they face a third and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up fourth.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a third down stop by them.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Cousins and the Vikings with a first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Going to begin the drive here with Madison. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Leave it, 48. Hey, orbit.
Come this way. Here we go.
Now on second and 13, Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. On first and 10, Cousins. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Darnell Savage, the rookie from Maryland. There he goes, right side. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Madison. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
It's a gain of 17.
Cool under pressure, right, and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys, they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Here's Cousins. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Cousins. And able to connect with Barrios. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 21 yards there on third down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is caught. It's a gain of 35.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Second and goal at the Packers' 3-yard line.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Cousins. Open man is Treadwell, and he's got it for the Minnesota touchdown. Laquan Treadwell, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Rodgers to throw again. And Jones has it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
Hey, 58 is a mic.
And again, it's Rodgers. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's second and 20.
58, right over there, yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Rodgers going to throw. And left side here, it's Graham. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 17-yard line.
That's another Packers first down. First and 10.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. Second and 3. Throwing is Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
To throw is Cousins. And complete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. Cousins to his tight end Rudolph for a Viking first down.
It's a gain of 6.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Again, it's Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4. Cousins again. He completes it to Abdullah. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Cousins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Here's Madison running on 1st down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another 1st down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Gun.
1st down. Here's Cousins. And he slings one that's incomplete. The intended receiver was Laquan Treadwell. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
I don't even know why this team showed up. Check 31, check 31. Kill, 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 kill. A little flare.
Through. Listen to me.
To throw, Cousins. Caught on the right side by Treadwell. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Watch the twist, watch the twist.
Yellow.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Looking for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it.
44, Mike, 44. I hope you brought your left because I'm about to take it down.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A gain there of 21 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
Jahan, what I need?
Check. I got you, pop.
Trying the power game with Ham. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run with Madison. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Alexander Madison with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Bailey got the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
50. Five.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. You don't want none. Get it. Pick up the ball.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
58, the money.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, 4th down.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I think it's pretty safe to say that when you're up 3 touchdowns, the last thing you want to do is hang one up there and put it in jeopardy and possibly get it intercepted. You've got a nice lead. You should be able to protect it. If you get careless with the football, look out.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers caught on the right side by Jones. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. So with a big gainer anyways, he'll go ahead and take that instead of the pass interference call.
They didn't need the penalty. It would have been different, right, if they had somehow lost some yardage somewhere, but they did not. Gained all they could, down at the spot of the foul. Nothing to be gained by taking the penalty.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Hey, Zoo.
Rodgers now on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go!
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, it totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. On first down, Abdullah, and some room to maneuver, and he's going to get this inside the 30. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. They go play action. Cousins. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, but it's going to be 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little pass.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Amir Abdullah. His first touchdown here of the new campaign as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that will extend this big lead.
Vikings 49, Packers 13.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 again.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Throwing, Cousins. And he's going to go down again. Rashawn Gary in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Cousins now from the 50. Lets it fly for Treadwell. And that'll be incomplete. All right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy. Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
He's checking. He's checking 30.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Adams. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on front. Trey Waynes, the Michigan. What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. you're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. 11 yards there, first down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Throwing on 2nd down, Rodgers. He's got to hook up to Jay Sternberger, the rookie. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 45-yard line.
We got 88. Hey, Charlie.
Watch the curls. Hey.
Going back.
Rodgers now on first down. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And Unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College, not a heck of a lot of fun. I just remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Cousins now. Flush to his right. On the run. He'll let this go deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. A big play there. Cousins to Thielen. 42 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Hey, no, easy. Bravo.
Cousins here to throw. Packer pressure, and down he goes. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
You can't stop me.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Cousins. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Vikings, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood